All right, man. How you doing?
What up?
I'm here with Life of Tom. I'm Jimmy from Stroke Luck Radio. Appreciate you for having me on, man.
Hey, man, we here, man. It's a pleasure, man.
It's crazy.
Indeed it is.
Tell the people how you been doing.
Yo, I've been good, man. Life has been in a interesting course of some really dope things, you know. Though I've been great, you know what I'm saying? The mind is constantly running. My heart is constantly bleeding with love, you know what I mean? And the physical is at a maintenance better than it could be.
That's all you want to hear.
I'm saying, man.
Yeah. What's been inspiring you recently, just like in terms of the outside world? And
Yo, honestly, it's kind of been what's been inspiring me is like how like all the homies that's doing this music shit right now, and I think it's bigger than that, but everyone has been, you know, locked in on shit, seeing it all come to fruition.
Yeah.
Like that's been the most inspiring. You know, summertime always does that. You know, summertime always bring out, you know, what you've been working on, you know, all year or feel me, or the last couple months or for a minute though. You know, right now in this time period, it feel like everyone is thriving and blossoming in their own shit.
Yeah.
And like that shit is motivating as fuck.
Yeah.
OD.
You can feel like the energy, like right
bro,
now.
It's mad genuine too. Like,
yeah.
It don't feel like no one's trying to step over each other, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like it's dope to see that, man. It's dope to see that.
And what's it like having like artists in New York City that like-minded artists who you can sort of work with and go back and forth with and sort of have them there to keep you motivated and all that.
Well, that's a pleasure, you know. But more than that, that's a privilege.
Yeah.
To have that here, man. You know, there's a lot of places I know where like they don't have that. You know, like you was just telling me in Australia, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's hard for someone, you know, over there who making music to just go talk about their like-minded thoughts on that. You know what I'm saying? There's other various different parts in the world that are like that. So one, that's a privilege that I'm blessed to have here, especially living in New York City where it's so diverse and there's all these different types of people.
Yeah.
Though I think it brings on an introspection of the world that really expands my perspective on things, you know, and I feel like that's only something like over here because of what we have that has well crafted in my life for me.
Yeah. So it's all about like kind of just like the people around you and also like in this city, I guess there's a lot to be inspired by.
Mad shit, yo.
Yeah.
Mad shit, bro.
Can you speak on just like on a day-to-day basis, what inspires you, like walking outside New York City?
Life of Tom, walk out the crib and it's like, you know, for me, I'm from Washington Heights, the biggest heights ever known to man. You know what I mean? Concrete. Feel me? I walk out, just honestly seeing a doña right on the block, you know, talking about cucaracha for sale. You know, it's a spray for roaches.
Okay, yeah.
Seeing something like that, you know, and then, feel me, walking a little down the block and seeing, you know, the old men playing dominoes, feel me, and like, you know, homies on the motores, you know, they're like motorcycles, and they go around just and they just doing their deliveries all day, feel me, and then like, you know, seeing mad fucking people in McDonald's every day, it's like what the fuck, and then like, you know, the sound of like cars and everything going on at once, and then trains and feel me, traffic lights and people screaming fuck you, you know, like feel me, all that shit is so inspiring. That's just in my block radius. Can't even get into when I get actually into the city for real, you know, seeing the skyscrapers, the big buildings, you know, seeing everyone in motion, going all in at once. Like, I love my city, bro. This is nothing like my city.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And would you say the chaos sort of creates, in a way, like a piece for you to be able to, like, create?
Hell yeah. The chaos is the piece.
Yeah.
The chaos is the piece. Without that chaos, you know what I mean? That's what makes it special here.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I was born in it. People was merely mended by it. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah. That's cool to hear, man, because I've spoken to a lot of New York artists and they all kind of say a similar thing about just being so inspired by the city itself.
Bro, it's nothing like New York City, man.
Yeah.
It's the Big Apple for a reason.
Yeah. And so born and raised Washington Heights.
Yes, sir.
And we're in Washington Heights as we speak. It's a privilege to be out here.
Yo, we out here, man. The biggest heights. Come on, man.
I wanted to speak about the latest single, Archetype. What was the inspiration behind that song when you were making it? And I also want to go into like, I know there's a music video coming out for it.
Yeah, it's actually out.
It's out?
Yeah, it's been out this whole week.
Shit, I didn't even know.
Yeah, it's been out.
That's crazy. I tried looking, I couldn't find it on YouTube.
Oh nah, you gotta look. Life of Tom Archetype.
Shit.
3 E's at the
because
end.
I saw the visualizer and then.
Oh yeah, you probably just wasn't on my IG this week. Yeah, man. The visualizer came out Thursday and then top of Monday this week. I dropped it on Vivo.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Yeah. So I saw that it's in the school, like.
Yes.
What was sort of the motivation behind that?
So I mean, originally when I made the song, like when I make songs, normally I tend to like visuals tend to appeal in my mind,
right?
And that's how I know it's a good song, especially if that's happening. And it just gave that vibe, like school, Thrasher, thrift kid, feel me, his friends, Y2K, refreshing, VHS cam vibes, like it very much gave that. And it's just because like what the song is, it's nice, it's poppy, it's refreshing. It's got that pizzazz, that pounce.
And so you said you made it in like 2021.
Yeah, that December. Actually, I dropped my album Floor 11.
Yep.
11/11/2021. And then literally a month right after, when I was starting to work on the new album to be announced soon.
Yep.
This was probably one of the first records that came off that.
Yeah. It's just got a great energy about it. And I think, as you said, the school vibe sort of, you got all like the classroom,
man.
like yeah. And did you get it from? How'd you get access to the school? Was it from your? Did you say your pops?
Yeah. So my dad is a teacher for the DOE.
Right.
And he basically I hit him so last minute on this, and he was like, "Damn, well, it's too last minute though." Like, my pops, he does robotics, and like he has an after school program for it. So he was like, we could probably finesse it through that, and surely he made it work.
Yeah, I feel like it was just
fire.
The school itself just looked sick as well. It's like it had that old school vibe.
Yo, shout outs to Wagner High School, man. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Them Bronx niggas is lit. Facts.
Yeah, no, it was a cool vibe, and I saw some like Industrial Dre was out there, Keon.
Feel me? Yeah. I had the big Squadrons through, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they definitely pulled up on the set. I appreciate those brothers, man. Those are good guys.
Yeah, and can you speak on as much as you can about the upcoming project?
Hell yeah, without giving too much of a. I mean. So, you've been paying attention on my last couple of releases from Bang to 2011, now Archetype. Those are the first 3 leading singles off the project. And as you can tell, the sound is something I really garnered, fully to a whole other level than what people are used to. You know what I'm saying? Feel me? This project, honestly, man, was an introspection of self. It was more so me diving into me rather than, my thoughts or what's coming out of my subconscious. Though, honestly, just getting into some real heavy pockets that like I feel for a while people have been wanting to see from me, though also I've been wanting to see for myself musically.
Right.
So this is another project I produced fully myself again, with the help of, some co-production here, some musicians.
Yeah.
Feel me? This one's for the voiceless, for real. This one's for the shy ones. This one's for super unorthodox. This is for the weirdos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is for, the dystopians and the utopians, man.
Yeah.
Feel me? This project is special, man.
And would you say you're like speaking to like a younger self?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Definitely speaking to my inner child on this one,
Yeah.
Feel like the transition from, when Floor 11 came out, my life changed, bro. Like literally changed. I was fresh off a deal. You know what I'm saying? Fresh signed.
Yeah.
I'm getting booked to play all these different shows, festivals, fresh low key right into 2022. You know, feel me? I'm I'm like my whole shit 360, like 180 practically, bro. You know, for what shit was day to day then to like how it is now. So, you know, I feel like in that whole time, you know, there was parts of me that was kind of like begin to separate from like not the truest parts of me, but you know, you got your inner child, man.
Yeah.
You also got your traumas, your pains, you know, you got, feel me, your voids, you know, your darkest seekers. And sometimes, you know, really being active, you can you know, put these things to the side and not really pay attention to them, but eventually they catch up. They always do.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what this
Right.
album is. It's that.
Damn, that sounds.
Yeah.
That's great. That's.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to sort of diving into that.
Yeah. No, man, it's a journey.
Yeah. And how did it feel like being so like vulnerable, like to an audience? I guess it's coming out like.
I think like. That was the struggle for a while to make music
Right.
like that, was being vulnerable like that, because I'm so used to like fire, it's me, Thomas, blah, you know,
Yeah.
like check me out, sick rhyme style, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I think it just came down to surrendering. You
Yeah.
know? It's like, y'all submit, bruh. Feel me? Even the most uncomfortable things, man. And that's just what help you adapt. Facts.
And like I guess once you sort of surrender to that, then it opens up like a whole creative.
I mean, that's life, bro. You know, the ears of wisdom only open to the words of wisdom only open to the ears of understanding.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes, you know, just gotta listen. You know, certain doors of other perspectives, you know, start peering through. You know, and that's what it was with this project. You know, now that I have it done, you know, it's like there's other things I'm creating. You know, different walls that I've kind of broken down and shattered, and you know, this shit's endless, man. When the music's timeless. Speaks for itself,
and it sort of can branch out from that, because I know you do your own merch.
Yeah, man.
You've got a lot of other things going on. So can you speak on? Firstly, I want to speak on just like the motivation in terms of like fashion and like and styling your own and like you know designing and all that stuff. And do you see like that moving forward a lot in the future as well?
Yo, so like a lot of my inspiration from my fashion came from like 90s wear, you know what I'm saying? Like old like FUBU, you know, old rocker wear. Though, you know, shit, like I never really got into wearing those things growing up. It was just more like an admiration for what they was. You know, my parents, feel me, like they ain't really make the craziest money, and obviously I wasn't making shit, so it's not like I could go and buy them. And even now that I'm older, you know, I may own some pieces. I don't really own nothing crazy, you know. It's just really like the design of what they was, you know, feel me, adding in like my inspiration for anime heavy. Like I love Naruto, and all the fits in Naruto, the fashion, like Japan just has a unique grasp when it comes to clothes and garments, for real. So, feel me, I've always had such an eye for it. And I remember 2017, I went down to South by Southwest for the first time. And I had made the design for my merch, and my sister, who I was living with at the time, feel me, I was leaving the next day. I had all the yarn. I asked her, can you sew this font, Thomas, on this shirt? Like, you got a day. Could you start now? That girl dedicated a hardcore 20 hours. I never seen nothing like it. And then from there, it pretty much picked up, you know, and making the stuff through time and, you know, showing them to other people, you know, it only motivated me more to dive into fashion further and, you know, look at high-end fashion, you know, street, Y2K shit, feel me? And you just study trends because ultimately you the trendsetter. Yeah.
Damn. And I like the merch because there's like a level of simplicity to it, but it's like, there it is right there. Man, it's fucking cool.
Yeah, man. Trap dog in the trap. Trap still jumping, know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on. It's the big floor 11.
I didn't actually speak on this in our first interview, but Life of Tom, where did that come from, you know? The name.
Yo, so the truth, this is where it really came from. So originally I was going by Thomas for a hot ass minute. And what it was I like on streaming platform, when you look up my name, I would not come up unless you scrolled all the way down, because Thomas is such a basic name. So so for SEO purposes, search optimization, you know, after like talking to certain labels, you know, I think there was a time where labels weren't signing you if your name was of a general or if it was very, if it was of a common.
Okay,
what
yeah.
I'm saying? And so I think, and I didn't change it because of that. Though that was just something I was just mindful of.
Yeah.
Though I remember off that, I was like, yo, this shit is getting mad annoying, feel me? And like I was streaming too, though it's like I remember there's some fucking dude that was up like 3 million monthlies, just slapped all the way at the top when you look up times. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
So literally I just came up with Life of Tom, you know. And that was inspired out of the fact that like if I could think of any gamer tag in the world, what would it be? Life of Tom. Feel me? Though, now that I'm more developed with the name, it's more than that. It's about, it's a conquest. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fire sign, bro. So I like to take up space. I like to own the spot. You know what I mean? So it's about hands-on and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm firing, literally burning up the circuit. That's Life of Tom.
Yeah. And you can like sort of, it's outside of the music as well. It seems like a lot of nuances in terms of your just like your artistry in general. Yeah, man. Was that always sort of the goal when you started this out, or did it just kind of just keep flowing? Like,
I mean, by default, by like I would say my archetype as a person. Yeah. Feel me? I've always carried that kind of energy, man. Yeah. And it had to mature in one way. And this is just what it's become into now. I don't know what it'll develop into in the next 5 years, though. It's definitely going to be greater than what it is now. Yeah. And I feel as long as I keep the integrity and the purity of my creative alive, this shit just won't end. It's just going to keep developing. Yeah.
Which is... I'm excited for you, man, because it feels like it's just like
it's just started,
really
bro.
Just starting. Yeah. Can you speak on like? Obviously, you can't announce too much about the album. Yeah. Are you able to give away like the name, or you're waiting for that to?
TBA, man.
TBA.
I wanna.
Yeah, no, that's good.
I want to give it up, man. I want to give it away. You know what I mean, though.
No, I think it's good to just sort of keep it.
You guys, y'all in for a surprise, man. Like that's all I'm gonna say. Facts.
Yeah. No, I like that. It's cool being in this room, because I can only imagine how much music has been made here.
What? Thousands, bro. Of records cut.
And they've got names on the walls and
we got legends up on here. Yeah. These people all been here too, man. These are all people I've collaborated with, I've worked with. You know what I mean? This is writing on this shit that's been here for almost 7 years. Yeah. Facts.
It feels like you can sort of feel the creative like juices like just flowing through this room. Like,
yeah, man, it's in the aura.
Do you like, is this one of the main places where you feel really just comfortable making music, writing music?
Facts.
Etc.
I made my whole album here. I made both my albums here. Floor 11 and this new joint was crafted here, with the exception of going to a lot of different other studios. Aside this studio, I work at other studios because I'm tight with certain producers that own the spots, you know what I'm saying? Feel me? And, I'm also someone that I don't like to create the same spot a lot, though I'll go through phases with that, Right now I'm in a phase where I'm loving my setup right now. Like, I'm just like, I only want to create here. Yeah. A lot of my stuff, 90% of everything I've made and dropped has been made here. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In terms of, you were speaking to me earlier about just production, and you were saying how that's sort of just like, you feel like that's really growing.
Facts.
What's keeping you inspired in terms of production, and who are some like influences, people that you like sort of look up to or like just love being around?
Yo, man, definitely the Alchemist, like I've been a fan for so long, especially since Lord Steppington, you know what I mean? Hearing his beats and everything he come with is so fire. Flying Lotus, that's one of my biggest inspirations, man. I'll listen to Cosmogramma, I don't know how many fucking times, bro. Ninth Wonder, man. It's one of my, he inspired a lot of like my drums. Murs too, you know what I'm saying? Murs is another one. Let's see. I feel like Kenny Beats as of recently, his album Louis was fire, bro. Oh my God.
Crazy. It
took me a while to die. It took me like a sec, bro, to get on it though. Shit like that. Even like stuff that like Vince Staples been jumping on,
Yeah.
you know, and like, you know, stuff that like Earl Sweatshirt, though, even shit like Kenny has been jumping on too. Like all that stuff, you know, it's inspiring, man.
Yeah.
Feel me? I love listening. The thing is, I listen to the beats mainly in the songs. It's not really the words I'll be looking for, bro. It's the production. You know?
Yeah, I find a similar thing. Like the first thing I'm drawn to is the beat.
Yeah, the beat. It's always the
and
beat.
Then I'll sort of go over the lyrics and stuff afterwards, but it's like the beat sort of draws you in.
Yep.
Yeah, it's yeah, I just feel like production in hip hop and music in general is just like a fascinating thing.
Bro, it's crazy, bro.
How does it feel to sort of be able to put your thoughts into sounds?
It's an impeccable feeling, bro, because it's like I never really saw the difference until I started producing myself 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And what it is you gain such a different like optic, you know, another eye, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, you got 3 eyes, though. It's like, feel me? It's like you want like a fourth or some shit, bro.
Yeah.
And I think what's cool about it is that there's certain measures as a writer, when you don't produce, you just won't really understand till you're actually behind the board, really making the beat.
Yeah.
And you know, it's the life of Tom. It's my own world, feel me? So I think what's so far is I different ideas and more things spawn out of that. You know what I'm saying? You know, aside, feel me, this new album, you know, there's other side projects I'm working on too, you know, passion projects, shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's fire, man, and it helps me understand my sound that I want to craft further, you know, because my shit is all me. There's nobody that sound like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
wanted to speak on just like lyricism and writing lyrics and stuff.
Facts.
In the last interview, you said, I meet my pen where my pen meets me. And I think you were speaking on just sort of like finding creativity or like just finding inspiration for writing lyrics. What's sort of been inspiring you just to write recently?
I ain't gonna lie, it's no different then, you know.
Yeah.
Though I'll say it a little different, you know. Feel me? I mean, life where life been meeting me lately, man.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I'll take the direct, you know, influence of all those experiences, man. And feel me, it's kind of been, you know, now that like things are kind of changing up for me a little more. Feel me, you know, there's more of a, you know, there's some more traction now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's some new, you know, some new looks and things, though. With all that, it's coming a lot of new experiences, man, even personal too. And a lot of these things have kind of been cultivating a certain wisdom in my raps and like certain calibers of rhyme schemes and flows, and even the way I'm putting my words, you know, a little more unorthodox though, mature than usual, and just conceptually, things I'm speaking and, you know, what I'm diving further into it's more refreshing, I feel.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
I mean? So, you know, even that influences me, that motivates me to even write even crazier. Facts.
Yeah, that's cool to hear, man, because I like hearing about people like how they're sort of inspired like lyrically, and
yeah,
that's cool, man. And it also I feel like it would definitely help. There's quite an array of lyricists and really proficient rappers in New York that you're close with.
Yeah.
By the likes of Dr. Dre, Lord Sco.
Yep.
The list could go on.
Yep.
Yeah, what's it like? Just sort of, do you feel like there's like sort of an element of like challenge there and sort of like competitive nature, which sort of helps to push, or do you feel like it's just sort of its own thing?
You know what I mean? It's kind of like half and half, I'd say. You know, I'm naturally like a competitive person, though it's not something I push externally. It's something more like I internalize. And that just because like it helps me, it kind of like, you know, motivates me, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Though there ain't never no competition when you fully in your lane and when you doing what you doing. You know what I mean? There will never be such a thing, man.
Yeah.
When you especially have your own world encompassed into what is to be for you.
Yeah.
You know, when you have your whole support system, your own fan base, you know, it's just how can it exist? You feel me? So I'll never feel it in that way though. you know, and how I did explain before that, yeah. And then, you know, it's also like it just is what it is, man.
Yeah.
We're just a bunch of dudes that's just nice as fuck at rapping. Like,
yeah.
You know, Lord Score, that's my brother. You know, he only a couple blocks away from my crib. Feel me? And he rap nice as hell. Just I'll go on Spotify, bump his music anytime, just cause he sound nice as hell, and that shit is inspiring as fuck. Same with Industrial Dre. Same with my boy Big Dog. You know, the list goes on. You know, just for what it is, it's nice to just listen to it and just soak that in. You know what I'm saying? Though, like I said, it's half and half, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and that to me is the balance. Facts.
Yeah, yeah. Because I, it's a cool way to put it, because like you know, you don't want to like be enthralled in just like the competitive nature, because then it takes away from the music itself.
Like, bro, we all rap nice. That's the thing. Like,
yeah.
I'm better than so many fucking MCs out here.
Yeah.
And I don't say that often, but I'm really fucking nice. And I'll stomp on these niggas' necks any time of the day. Shit, just like that. Though I'm never going to be like, you know, tossing it up on social media or even saying a bar like that in my song. You know what I mean? Just because, like, I don't really feel I have to. Even on this interview, like, I don't feel like I have to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but, you feel me? I know my worth. Yeah.
And that's sort of... When I've like met you in person, it sort of feels like there's this element of like self-confidence, but it like just feels like almost like quite like welcoming and like modest and like, yeah, man, it's cool to see it. It sort of just feels like just like an inner confidence.
Yeah.
Has that like sort of like built up? Like, were there periods during your music career where you were struggling with confidence and all that, and it sort of just like kind of boosted a bit?
Yeah, man. I think this music show did, because it made me so much more confident as a person. I used to be so shy and like, I wouldn't say not confident though. Like, you know, even my confidence was shy in ways.
Right.
And I think this whole rap shit, man, make you this shit not for pussies, man. Like, you gotta be built for this shit, son. And it's not just about the skills, the flows, all that. It's really, you gotta be built for this, built for the business, built for the etiquette, built for the whole, it's everything included. And, you know, I've had my fair share, and then there's gonna be more experiences where that gets tested. You know what I'm saying? Though I thank this shit because it really helped me become more of a social person and comfortable with that. I feel like people feel like I'm mad easy to talk to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like people feel mad comfortable just like even talking to me and just vibing out with me. Like that shit is nice to know. You know, like feel me. So you know, like I said, everything go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Though, yeah, this shit definitely like, you know, boosted confidence in another level, especially when you're around a bunch of motherfuckers that's very confident in themselves.
Yeah.
It's
cool to see the music has the capacity to sort of be therapeutic in that sense. And it seems like, I don't want to speak for you, but your latest project, like it really seems like that's sort of all like come together and helped you like in a therapeutic way.
Yeah, man. You know, this new album was therapy.
Yeah.
That's all it was. And I'm glad that I made this project because it helped me see the therapy in the music that I'm creating further and how that affects others, not only just myself.
Yeah.
Bro, and that's the love. That's the love right there. Like, I love this shit, bro. You know, I'd still be doing this shit even if there wasn't a career goal in mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, though, feel me? This new project is very therapeutic. And I think a lot of people will relate to that therapy.
Yeah. That must be a crazy feeling, like sort of having like fans out there who really relate to it and they can gain therapy from listening to it.
Yeah, man. I mean, some of my biggest, you know, some of my favorite musicians, favorite artists, you know, have inspired that onto me. You know, Marvin Gaye being the biggest of all of them for me. You know what I'm saying? That shit hits home every time. Yeah.
Yeah, this Marvin Gaye is
classic.
Classic. Can you speak on some like inspirations from like generations past?
Yeah, I mean, well, aside, you know, Marvin, who I just named, you know, I'm really inspired by like Louis Armstrong and like Frank Sinatra. You know, I really love the time period of what that music was. It's so beautiful, man.
Yeah.
So beautiful, you know. I'll be in the crib, you know, cleaning up. Even before I get into sessions, I'm just listening to so much of that classical vibe.
Yeah.
You know, I love me Jimi Hendrix, man. You know, I love Nirvana. You know, I love all the homies that came before, you know. And like, feel me, my whole thing is to go so left that it goes right. That's my ideology. And I feel like a lot of these artists live by that naturally. Something they ain't even have to speak. It just spoke for them. Feel me? Though, man, I'm inspired by so many like old like Savannah bands, you know what I'm saying? Like just feel me, old Congo bands, you know, even artists from like where I'm from DR, Dominican Republic, like listen to a bunch of old like bachata records and feel me, just you know, even joints from like Venezuela, you know, artists from over there, you know, like I love all the old like classics and the way people govern music. Then it's beautiful, man. Facts.
Do you have? I see some records over there, some vinyl.
Facts.
Do you have a collection, or you just kind of have like a few records?
I got like a few.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nothing crazy. Like
yeah.
You know, my latest recent purchase was Only Built for Cuban Links by Raekwon, and Ghostface. That's really Raekwon, but yeah, like honestly one of my favorite fucking albums of all time. Like
it's a New York classic.
Oh, I spin that shit every day, bro. Just those two back to back on a bar. Even a cover, bro. Like the cover's so fire. Like it's so fire. Like just those two back to back. Feel me? You got Tony Starks in the back. You know, you got Ray. You know, right there, just blowing the smoke. Like, come on, that shit's a classic. You know, I got like a Bob. You know, I got Ziggy Marley actually. You know, a classic by him. You know, I got something from my boy Jackery, Love Me My Hater, classic, super classic vinyl. Though. I mean, not crazy much. I want to get more. I want to get more. I've got a collection. And it's like an addiction, man. It's like you buy one and then you're like, shit, and then you go into a record store and you're like, fuck, I need that. More,
like,
Nah, ain't
and
then
like
you
see
vinyls.
something crazy and you're like, shit.
Yep.
What would you, if you go into a record store and it's kind of like endless, would there be like a couple records that you'd have to cop?
Sheesh, man. I can name like 3 right now.
Yeah.
If I'm walking in, I definitely need Daydreaming by Lupe.
Oof.
I need Daydreaming by Lupe and Jill Scott. And I seen the cover for that vinyl before. That shit looks beautiful. I need that. I need I'm definitely grabbing either MF Doom Special Heard Volume 1 or 2 or 3 and 4.
Yeah.
One of those. And then I'm definitely grabbing a record either by Blink 182 or by Green Day.
Right.
Facts. Those be like my 3.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's a sort of like a diverse
Yeah.
It seems like you listen to a whole like range of different types of music.
Oh yeah, man.
How does that help you creatively? Like just being inspired by a whole range of things, because obviously your sound is quite like versatile and diverse. So
yeah, I mean, that's what it creates. It creates a diversity for sure.
Yeah.
Off the rip, you know, like you just said, it's in the music. I think the thing is like I've never been someone I could stay on one thing. Like I remember like really getting into hip hop heavy when I was like a freshman in school, you know, and like my first 2 years I just listened to mad boom bap, nothing but straight boom bap from
that was the same for me, bro.
Damu the Fudge Monk to Mad Slum Village to mad fucking Ninth, mad like Lord Finesse, everything. But then like the thing is I move on quick, bro. You know, like I love rap, you know, though like I can't only just rap all the time. Like I love to create, man.
Yeah.
So feel me, just hearing all this different kind of music is great because I'm like my ideas come to me, bro, but they flushing heavy. So like I just get a whole world will spawn in my head just from hearing one thing. So you know it's good that I don't limit myself. You know what I mean, especially for like the design of like how my mind takes things.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm aware of that. So,
yeah.
you know, I think it's important that I always feed myself refreshing, you know, genres of music and just different. Feel me? And all my favorite, bro, some of my favorite rappers, bro, some of them don't even listen to rap like that.
I know, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You'll hear some like artist who's like really lyrical and they're like, they don't even listen to rap.
Yeah.
Like what are you like?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's cool. I find that amazing, like that someone can just be so outside of that world, but then just like creating stuff that's like,
it's the balance, man.
Yeah.
Right.
You said just before, in music about like not limiting yourself, and that seems to be the case just as a whole for you, just like sort of being able to branch out and have freedom.
Yes, sir.
What does that mean to you, just to be able to have freedom in your life?
Bro, like we born into a system that just convinces you that isn't really real. You know, we indoctrinated into that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel doing music helped me understand that, because I see how musicians escape through that.
Yeah.
Feel me? And that's inspiring to me, you know, being born into that. You know what I'm saying? Like I have like some of my family has a music background, you know, and a lot of my uncles back in the 70s, you know, they played in this band called the Savannah Band. And actually one of Ghostface's albums, I think Supreme Clientele, I forgot the song, it's called Churches There's Something.
Okay.
That record actually samples my uncle's band.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
I feel like I've heard of Savannah Band.
Yeah, they were just a bunch of just Puerto Rican drunk men who did a lot of fucking heroin,
right,
and coke, and just played their souls away. But you know, though my aunt, you know, tell me all that, feel me, really helped me understand, like, wow, this escape that I feel really that be coming from that. You know what I'm saying? And just to see how it's applied for everyone else too who does music, man. Like, bro, this shit saved my life. Feel me? Like, dead ass. Like, I know myself way more now because of this shit.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, that freedom, that's a liberty that no one could take away from you. Only you. You know, never limit yourself, man. You never know what's behind the door. Facts.
I wanted to speak on looking back at Floor 11 and then moving forward into the latest album.
Yeah.
What's changed in your perspective, and also like what musically has changed?
I've been waiting for somebody to ask this for so long, man.
Yeah. Oh. he's getting prepared. He's
honestly.
Ready. Yeah.
The whole caliber as to how I approach music, as to how I think about music. Because when I was making Floor 11, we have to remember, I just started producing literally like ending of 2019.
Yeah.
I literally like started producing then. And, you know, when I'd make a beat, you know, it'd be something as make the drums, drag the melody in, cool, structure it, dope. You know, now it's like when I make a beat, I'm adding in different perks, different rises, you know, it's a story, it's cinematic. And my music has always played that part. Though I think the switch was, instead of me, you know, delivering something that I want people to see, you know, just expressing my thoughts, things I'm thinking, it's more like seeing a new world has formed. And I think it took so long, you know what I'm saying, for me to get comfortable with that feeling, because it was like I didn't want to move too away from what Floor 11 actually brought for me, you know, and that's like the sound design, you know, that's the bars, you know. I didn't want to move away from that gritty, colorful, and that's the thing. I didn't. If anything, I only tapped into it further, you know, and I think, not what I think though, I know that was supposed to happen because of the fact I'm so diverse, bro. I'm so like, you know what I mean? I'm not just going to stick to that sound forever, though. What I love about it now is like I take influences from, you know, some of just the beats, you know, how I put that together, the writing, you know. So it was a maturity, bro, you know.
Yeah.
It was dead ass a maturity, and that shit really spawned from my personal life experiences. You know, at one point Floor 11 is what I bumped every day, still do, you know, though now, feel me, you know, what I was bumping along with that has shifted to other things, you know, and now I'm bumping my new album every day on top of that. So, you know, I think it's also something too, like artists get a little scared, you know, to maneuver from. You know, we always tell ourselves the next record I make gotta be better than the one I just made and put out that is doing amazing right now. You know, and that's a hat I always hold for myself, expectation. And that's kind of what is what sharpens things up for me every time. Facts.
If you could say something to the person who was making Floor 11 back a couple of years ago, what would you say to them?
Just keep trusting your ideas, kid.
Yeah.
Keep trusting your ideas, you know. Fuck the distractions. Not like you really be in that world, but like, feel me? Keep trusting your ideas. You know, no limit the distractions, and just keep submitting to that. That's what I would tell that person. Just keep submitting to that. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't let the influences of outer worldly shit, like, don't let whatever mainstream shit, like, just focus on that. Because as hard as it may seem sometimes to see it fully pan through, it's gonna pan through. It's gonna go through. So just don't lose that. Just keep building.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's dope. Damn, that's cool, man. That inspired me, and like, just straight up. Would you say you're more inspired than ever right now?
Facts, bro.
Yeah.
I am. Even just like that question you just asked me like 2 seconds ago, that shit got me like, oh, nah, I just had a moment with myself. Yeah, man. Like, I'm very inspired right now, bro.
Yeah.
Like, heavily more than, you know, at least more than I was in like the last 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Not because of anything, just because, you know, been mad busy and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, I'm a studio jit. You can ask Sko, you can ask Dre, like, those guys will tell you, yeah, Tom lives in the stew. That's, feel me, he be in that show D. So, you know, I really wasn't as of like the last month or so crazy, because I just had a bunch I was working on though. You know, right now, bro, like my juices is flowing crazy, you know what I mean? Creating different, you know, alchemic, you know, results and shit. Feel me? It's nice, man. Like, my mind is just, feel me? And especially after I came back from Gov Ball, after watching Kendrick Lamar perform, I was just like, oh, nah. What? Literally went home. Since then, I've been like...
Right.
Yeah.
When was Gov Ball? It was June?
Yeah, it was earlier this month. It was like the 6th, 7th, and the 8th, I believe.
Okay, yeah. And you mentioned Kendrick. Were there any other artists that stood out for you?
Hell yeah, Pusha T. Whoa. Oh, my God. That set was so fire, and I rapped that whole album. Bro, Brambleton 2 is just such a great fucking intro for a fucking, like, project. Like, that shit was so fire, man. Facts. Seeing those guys is really inspiring. Yeah. You know what I mean? Very reassuring, too, of, like, the journey and shit. But, yeah, those two, Kendrick and Push, stood out to me the most that whole day.
Two goats.
Yeah, literally. Thriving right now, too.
Yeah, exactly. I remember in our last interview you mentioned Gov Ball and eventually hoping to play there, and
Facts.
That'll be a crazy thing when that sort of comes to fruition, and you're out there at festivals, and because I know you've performed, you've done South by Southwest, and you did that for a few years. Like, and then was it last year you got official bill?
Artist.
Yeah.
Last year they made me official artist. And then they did again this year. You know what I'm saying? I think the cool thing about playing those festivals, man, South by Southwest is a great hub for you to really see like what the industry hold, though also what, like, you know, show life and tour life really hold. You know what I'm saying? It's really different, bro, when you step out your city and you perform somewhere else, let alone a festival, you know. And I mean, I've touched different stages throughout the years. I've touched Diet Coke stage. I've touched, you know, I opened up for IDK, Flip De Niro at the Empire Garage. You know what I'm saying? I done fucking played bills with Topaz Jones and Bailey. You know, these are all amazing artists I've all met through South by Southwest. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Though Gov Ball, man.
Yeah, in New York as well. That'd be
it's fizzling, man. I definitely say when I was there, I had like a good 5 to 10 people I seen there. You know, I just fuck with me, saying like, "Yo, are you playing?" Like they would just say that, "Are you playing? Are you playing?" So you know, the manifestation it's already here, man. It's just about just tracking it further. That's it.
Yeah, I also wanted to go into like, you just spoke a second ago about like fans. You know, people saying, "What you playing? Like, how does it feel just having like a growing fan base and people really knowing your stuff and it shows singing your lyrics and like really fucking with you? Like, how does that sort of influence your creativity and inspiration?
Yo, so like, you know, I never even look at fans as fans. That's family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, real life supporters. I'll be honest right here. For a while, bro, I didn't even think this shit was real. You know, for a while, I didn't think none of this shit was real. And it's just because, like, I'm such like a, you know, I vision things for myself heavy. And I think for a while, I kept holding a certain standard for where I wanted things to be. And if it wasn't really that, my mind wasn't depicting it to be for what it is.
Yeah, okay.
And that shit ate at me for so long. You know, this is through, you know, this is me being real. This is me first saying this first time publicly, like on anything for real. You know, this is, you know what I mean? That shit, like, feel me? Even like, you know, the fans, bro, the family, like, I didn't even register how real that shit really was till like, I keep it a stack, like top of this year, bro. Like, even after our interview, a whole year later, bro, like, it didn't register it. And what made me register it was being around, you know, amazing individuals like Lord Skull, like Dre, like my brother Big Dog, you know, my friends, my family, like, seeing, you know, them talk about me, man. You know what I'm saying? All this times, you know, and just going out in the public, bro, and, you know, niggas like, "Yo, you're Thomas. Yo, you Life of Tom." Like, you know, going to events and functions. "Yo, I fuck with your music." Shit like that, you know, feel me? Playing, you know, doing a fucking 4-city tour, bro.
Yeah.
Floor 11 Deluxe tour, you know, seeing the homies there. "Yo, like, I fuck with your music. Yo, I met you in New York once." Like, it was like so many blessings for me not to realize it, you know, and I could not continue moving in that way because I'm only making myself suffer further in something that I don't need to. And the truth is, I'm not the only person that has felt like this before. There's so many artists and people I know who don't see really for what's going on because they keep holding this expectation. And at the end of the day, I'm someone that, like, it's not that I'm never satisfied about things. I'm just really like, I got a vision, man. You know, though, with that, you got to humble yourself to your own visions, bro.
Right.
You know, and you got to, like, be like, this is working, this shit happening, you know. And the way it's inspired my creativeness, like, feel me, I dreamt of days like this, bro, having interviews on me, you know what I'm saying? Feel me, people just pulling up like, "Yo, we want to interview you, we fuck with you, we want to get a scoop on you," you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, all that recognition, feel me, externally just only inspires the dream that I'm living right now, and that I'm going to only continue to expand and hopefully, you know, inspire other people to step into as well, you know what I mean? Like, feel me, I love the supporters, bro. These is like some of my day ones, man, still rocking with me, you know, and they still pull up every release, every show, every merch drop, every just update. They there, bro, you know. And looking how it be for other artists, you know, like, you know, some of their followings are co-followings, bro. Like, feel me, I might not have a cult just yet, though. I know the day it happens, bro, like, it's gonna feel like it's always been what it's been. You know what I'm saying? Because that's people around you that love you, man. You know what I'm saying? And those is, you know, fans that'll fucking rip their heart open, bro. Give it to you because that's how much they love your music, man. And that shit inspires the fuck out of me. You know what I mean? Feel me? Even just being a genuine fan of some of, you know, the biggest artists that I know, you know, and in a way, I guess being a part of what that cult is, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is fire, bro. And it shows you, you know, how this shit can really go and be taken for you. Facts.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's wavy, man.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling, bro. It's a good feeling to have.
And it's cool for, like, just for me to be able to be a fan and be out here from Australia. Like, it's surreal to appreciate
dude.
it. Like, it just shows to the audience that, like, this guy really cares about his like fans and like,
facts, man. Like never let them go. Never let them, thrown under the bus.
Yeah.
For me, I'll never be that type of artist, but I respect my supporters to the day I fucking die. Facts.
Yeah, that's cool, man. To finish off the interview, once again, thank you so much for having me out here. It really is surreal for me to be here and in your place of, we're in the studio here. Like this is where the magic happens.
The dungeon, man.
What do you have to say to the people watching now? What have you got ahead and man, what do you have to say to them?
If we all came here, you know what I mean, and if this earth is the testing grounds, prove yourself, man. You know what I mean? Prove it to yourself, not no one else but you, I mean, take whatever small thought you keep avoiding every day and actually like look into it. You may never know where that shit gonna lead. Most of all, thank you to like everybody that's been supporting me and has just been with me on this journey. Feel me? Like this life shit it can be hard, but no one said it's easy. It's just about meeting it in the middle. And if we continue doing that, you really see how timeless you really are as a person. Feel me? Take that and whatever, whoever's listening to this, however that speaks to you, run with that, man. For my youth, for the kids, save the children, man. There's so many adversaries right now that can really steer things in a certain direction for the kids, and it already is. For my youngins, keep your head top safe, chin up, chest out, 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? This world is a lot, man, and I'm still young as fuck. Facts. Though, we gotta keep pushing, man. Never forget your brother, never leave your sister in shambles. We a family. Take a village to raise somebody, so we might as well just keep running this shit together. You know what I mean? Feel me? Vamps meet the wolves, wolves meet the vamps. You know what I'm saying? Light meet darkness, darkness mean light. You know what I mean? Just go. That's it. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. Just go.
That was hard. Just
go, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you, bro.